worked in the IT team, more specifically in the business development department of the IT team. So I held a co-op position of a software developer, so something kind of different than what we've talked about so far. And the business development team were responsible for building and maintaining in-house applications that supported just the everyday business use of their employees. So I worked with some of those applications, developing new ones. Most of my job dealt with programming, so I would go in and fix any bugs that users came up with, or any enhancements or changes that needed to be done for new applications. So that was one of my major tasks. And then also whenever a new application was requested by a user, the entire design team would get together and we would kind of go over different ideas on how the screen should flow, how the process should be designed and organized. And then one of the major things that I wanted to focus on while I was there was anything to do with database experience that I could get my hands on. So I ended up doing some SQL queries for reports in one of the applications. It was for training all the different employees of the company. Considering it was a manufacturing company and there's a lot of people out on the shop, they had to make sure that everybody had been certified if they were doing certain tasks. So they built an application to work with that, and then there was a section that dealt with reports. So supervisors could run these reports and it would give information as to who had to do more training or who was overdue for certain things. So I worked and developed a bunch of SQL queries to support those reports. And then I also had a project to do with database design, actually. A couple of years ago, they built a database to store all of employee information. And it was kind of done very quickly when they needed it to use in a different application. And pretty much all the information was stored into one single table with very few supporting tables. It was really poorly designed. So when I came in, I said that I had an interest in databases, so they gave me this project to try and normalize the data and try and organize it into more tables for increased efficiency and things like that. So I got to work on that project as well throughout the summer. It was really good. So the best classes that I took so far that helped me with this position were 1341 and 1342, which were Eric Hughes' systems design requirements gathering courses. The main thing that I took from those courses was just some basic knowledge of different applications, which were actually used in the company, especially when we were doing design of new applications. We brought out things that looked like BPMN, which is just one of the modeling notations, and it was just an excellent tool to communicate the process between people in the IT team and people who were out on the shop, because we didn't really know too much about what went on out there. And then the other major course that really helped me was the 1343 database design course, which introduced database structure and SQL queries and how to structure them and how they work and how they can be used in a business context, which I used directly. And also it touched on how to normalize data, which was something that they gave me about, and I felt like I could try and handle that project that they gave me because of that course. So it was really great. So some advice I have, just the main thing would be make sure your employer knows what your interests are and what projects you would like to do and work on. I told them I wanted to do anything with modeling, anything with database, and they gave me a lot of stuff about that, so it was really great. They're, especially co-op positions, they want you to learn, so if you like what your interests are known, then usually you'll get projects that